So have you ever received a word from the Lord and you still felt like you needed something else or you needed someone to assist you in the matter? Yeah, I know. We've all probably done it before. And I was looking in Judges and the story surrounding Deborah and Barak and Jael. And although Deborah is amazing, she was a prophet and she was a judge. And especially in this day and age, a woman being known as a judge and a prophet was pretty big. But now, the thing that stood up to me the most is Barak and Jael. So right now at this time, the Israelites are being oppressed because of their disobedience, right? They're just the ones that just can't get right, right? So they are being oppressed because they were disobedient to the Lord. And now the Lord is deciding to get them out of this oppression. So Deborah goes to Barak and lets him know that the Lord is commanding him to take 10,000 men and go to Mount Tabor. And he is going to bring Sisera into his hands. Now, Sisera is the commanding officer of King Jabin's army, right? This army is well equipped. They have chariots. They have all the things that the Israelites do not have, all the equipment that they do not have. They have it. And so they have these horses and they have these chariots. And so they're equipped for war. And that's one of the reasons why have been under oppression for so long, because it seemed impossible to beat them, right? Barak hears the word of the Lord and then turns around and says this. Listen, check this out. I'm in Judges 4, verse 8. She says, Barak said to her, if you go with me, I will go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go. And then Deborah says, certainly I will go with you, said Deborah. But because of the course you are taking, the honor will not be yours. For the Lord would deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman. Now, Barak got word from the Lord that he was going to deliver Sisera into his hands, meaning he was going to be defeated. That God is saying, I'm going to pave the way for you. Already said that he was going to lead the army to Barak, and Barak would be waiting, and that he was going to give him into his hands. So all of this sounds like God is doing most of the work, right? But Barak turns around and says to Deborah that I'll go if you go, but if you don't go, I don't go. So what about the word that God gave? Is that not valid? Is that not good enough? You need someone to be there with you? It's interesting, right? So let's keep going. So now Deborah goes with Barak. So she says, go. This is the day the Lord has given Sisera into your hands. Has not the Lord gone ahead of you? Did you hear that? Has not the Lord gone ahead of you? She still has to talk him up. He's still on the fence about what the Lord is saying to do. Now, Deborah already knows what's going down. Deborah knows that what the Lord is doing, and she's confident in God. Her confidence is in him. So she's still trying to talk. She's trying to get his mind right, right? So she's letting him know, the Lord has gone ahead of you. Come on, get it together. So Barak went down to Mount Tabor with the 10,000 men following him, right? And at Barak's advance, the Lord routed Sisera and all the chariots in the army by the sword, and Sisera got down from his chariots and fled on foot. Now, I know you're probably thinking, why did they get off on their, why did they get off the chariot and take off on it? I didn't see anything that happened there. No. But if you fast forward to Judges 5, they're singing a victory song because they defeated the army. And this is what it says. When you, Lord, went out from Seir, when you marched from the land of Edom, the earth shook, the heavens poured, the clouds poured down water. So the Lord allowed it to rain so hard that they could not use their chariots. The wheels were not moving. They had the horses and the chariots, but it had flooded so much that they could not move. They were stuck. So they had to get down from their chariots. And that gave the Israelites the opportunity to take them down. So that's how we know what happened, right? Now, it also says that all Sisera's troops fell by the sword, Not a man was left. Okay. Sisera, meanwhile, fled on foot to the tent of Jael. Now, there were no one left. There was no one left. Only Sisera. He got away, a little sneaky thing. And he goes to the tent of Jael. Now, Jael, her husband, had an alliance with King Jabin. So now Sisera feels like maybe I am safe if I go to her tent. Go to this tent. So he goes to the tent and he's scared, because all his people are dead. All of his people are gone. And he asked her to, look out for him, watch for him, because people are after him. And he also asked for water. She opens a skin of milk and she gives it to him. And she gives him a place to lay down. And he's sound asleep now. So she takes a tent peg. And it says that she picked up the tent peg and a hammer and went quietly to him while he lay fast asleep, exhausted. She drove the peg through his temple into the ground, and he died. Now, I was reading this, and nowhere did it say that anyone else was with Jael. Jael was by herself. This commander of this vicious army is there with her, and she is alone. And she still has to do the thing I'm sure she was afraid to do. But because she knew the Lord was on her side, she did what Barak could not do. So Barak is still in hot pursuit of Sisera, and he ends up over there at Jael's tent, her area. And Jael says that, hey, I will show you the man you're looking for. So she shows him where he's at, and he is obviously dead as a doorknob, right? And after that, it says that God subdued Jabin, king of Canaan, before the Israelites, and the hand of Israelites pressed harder and harder against Jabin, king of Canaan, until they destroyed him. So they had been freed from their oppression under this army. And under Jabin's army, looking at Barak and then also looking at Jael, they both had a task to do. Barak hesitated, and he also felt like he needed someone else or something else to assist him other than the Lord. And as I was reading this and studying this, the scripture was ministering to me, because I thought about my own life. How many times God told me to do something, and I felt like I needed something else. God told you to start the business and you felt like you didn't have enough funds. Like, oh, I need more money to do this. Well, God knew you didn't have the money then when he told you to do it. What are we stopping from happening because we are stuck and I don't have enough, when God knows exactly what you have when he gave you instructions to do something? It's a hard place. Most of the battles we have are in our minds. So if I can get my mind to come into the full alignment of what God is telling me to do, I no longer see lack. I no longer see the negative. I can only see the positive in where God is taking me, because my trust is in him. That's called faith. So let's exercise some faith on this week. Until next time, guys.